You get benefits for being on time.
All right, ladies.
Be quiet because the camera on.
All right, guys, how's everybody doing? Good?
Yeah.
Good. Where's the rest of the class at?
Now you're
Not coming back to school.
And when
Why
you
not?
come, you can jump.
They
in.
decided to fail.
They
They said we only got 12 days left.
They decided to fail and not
They
come back.
decided to fail.
12 days for
So
what?
to me, it's like, what's the point?
I didn't find it.
What's the point? Listen up, guys. What's the point in even coming if you're just gonna give up at the end? It's a waste. It's just a waste. And if that's the attitude, is that it's just a waste, then you shouldn't even come, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about some new stuff today, but I first want to start off by saying that I appreciate you guys and want to thank you for allowing me to be here. Ms. Bright, thank you for allowing me to be here since November. It's been an awesome school year. I've seen a lot of great things. I've met a lot of great people. I've seen people turn things around. It always excites me too, especially even when I'm not in this class, when I'm in another class and somebody finds me in the hallway just to tell me that they got their grades up. You know, that's the best thing for me when I'm coming, you know, going to schools and I'm coming here, is to see kids actually get it, want to be successful, and turn things around. That's what's important to me. And I just want to thank you guys for that. When I come in here, you know, I always tell you guys that I make myself available to you. I give you guys one of these cards, and I tell you to reach out to me for anything. And I want to share a couple of testimonies with you. Is last week I had 2 young guys reach out to me who go to this school. One's a sophomore, one's a junior. And they reached out to me because they're trying to find jobs. And they said, hey Justin, you know, you told us that we could hit you up anytime. Do you think you could help us find a job? I said, sure. So they hit me up. They came up to my office, which is at the community center that the gentleman I had here last time, Pastor Ray, he runs that community center. I had him come up there and I helped them create resumes. How many of you guys know what a resume is? Okay. Does anybody not know what a resume is? A resume is what most jobs ask for when you're applying. It's not just an application, but some real jobs may say, well, let me see her resume, let me see his resume. So I actually helped these 2 young brothers create a resume and, you know, prepare to help them find a job. And there's a section on the bottom of, does anybody know what the section on the bottom of a resume is?
Isn't when you're at college?
Nope. That's on the top. It's called references. How many of you guys know what a reference is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I put my name as a personal reference for these guys. I put my name, my reputation, my success on that resume so that when we find them a job or they take their resume to find a job and that employer calls Justin Ford, I'll be able to say, you know, when they ask me, you know, do you recommend these, you know, this young man to work for me? Do you recommend this person to work for me? I would say absolutely. I work with these young people. I've been working with them for the last year at Mumford, and I'm willing to put my reputation and my name to help them get a job. I've had some that have asked me to help them. How do they take the steps to get into college? What do they need to do in order to go to college? So I'm lining that up with the counseling department later today, of how they can actually get on track so that they can go to college. I've had some people hit me up because they were just going through something, you know. I've had some people hit me up just because they needed to be encouraged or they wanted to be connected. That's what I'm here for, guys, and I don't say it just because. I'm here to help you guys in whatever way I can. And if you're a young lady, I've had young ladies reach out to me that needed to talk about something, that they were going through something, that I was able to put them in touch with a young lady on my team so that maybe I can't give them all the information that they're looking for, but I have young ladies or ladies on my team that can help you, because there's some things that maybe you're going through that are personal, that maybe it would be hard for you to share with a guy, and me being a guy and being trusted to come into the school, I can only go so far by talking to a young lady about specific things, but I have other ladies on my team that I can have talk to. So I want you guys to look at me not just as some dude that shows up here and there to speak, but how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you be successful? How can I help you go to college? How can I help you get a job? How can I help you when you're going through a hard time?
I found it, Justin.
Okay, good. What'd you find?
The list you wanted.
Oh, okay, good. Do you know my email? Can you email it to me? Okay.
It should anyways.
You want me to give you my card? I got a new one, actually.
It's not up.
Okay. So the goal for next year is, guys, because I've been here for a whole year now, and I really believe that the work that I've started, I really want to see come to completion, and I really care about you guys, and I want to be working with you guys until you graduate. Next year, our goal is to roll out a program, okay? It's called the Champion Circle, and basically the Champion Circle is this. It's going to be basically a clique or a group in each school across the city that wants to be successful. Kids that want to be successful, kids that already are successful, kids that are not successful but want to be. They want to do something with their life. They want to take a stand that it's actually cool to be successful and do what's right. They want to be associated with other successful people. And they want to be connected to me, which this is like my inner circle of kids that I can coach, train, work with, and equip and give tools to help you guys overcome and be all that you were created to be. And the neat thing about it is, my vision for it is that at the end of the school year that we have a banquet. Can you put your head up in the back? I know you're probably tired, but I just want everybody's heads up. Okay? Can you put your head up? To where at the end of the year we can take kids from Cass, we can take kids from King, we can take kids from Henry Ford, we can take kids from Denby, Northwestern, Mumford, and have a banquet and actually celebrate kids that have actually achieved success, that have actually wanted to turn things around, and have awards for the most turned around school, the most successful kids. So that it's actually like a competition where you guys are striving to be the best because you want to be known as the best. And the connections that we're making, it will be pretty big because there's businesses out there, there's money out there available to pay for your college, to help you guys start your business, to help you guys achieve your goals. How many of you guys still want to be successful? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I can't see them. If you want to be successful, raise your hand. Okay? So, since I've been here since November, we've talked a lot about success. I've heard you guys tell me you want to be successful. But your grades just came out. How many of you guys have actually improved your grade since the last card marking? Your grade went up. Raise your hand. Be honest.
In this class?
In this class, raise your hand. If your grade went up since the last class, raise your hand. Just be honest, because it's about being honest with yourself. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What's your name?
June.
What is it?
June.
What is it?
June.
June, okay. I remember you. It's not your favorite month anymore, though. It's July now. June, what was your grade last time?
I believe it was a B.
What is it now?
A C.
Guys, give June a hand for raising her grade up. That's awesome. No, give her a hand. I'm being serious. You guys should celebrate each other when you guys are succeeding. Because every one of you guys just said you want to be successful. So when you see somebody else being successful, you guys should be happy for those other people and stop being a hater. How many of you guys, your grades stayed the same? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if it stayed the same. How many of you guys' grades went down? Raise your hand. Not everybody raised their hand, so I'm going to do it again. How many of you guys' grades went up? Okay. How many of you guys' grades stayed the same? Raise your hand.
I don't know, can I say?
I didn't look at that.
How many of your grades actually went down? Raise your hand. You know it. Just be honest. What was yours?
I don't know, I didn't look. That's why I didn't raise my hand.
Okay, go look real quick.
For what?
Because I'm just curious. I want to see everything. If you don't know what your grade is, she just posted them. Go check them out real quick.
I posted them yesterday.
Yeah, this is your new card marking right here. So you should know whether your grade went up, it went down, or it stayed the same.
Oh, what's the money?
So, let me ask you guys again. How many of you guys' grades went up? Raise your hand. How many of you guys' grades stayed the same? Raise your hand. How many of your grades went down? Raise your hand. Which one is it? Stayed the same or went down? Huh? You don't know? Okay. Went down? So,
Say no, say no, say no. Mine's down.
so let me ask you guys a question. Okay? What did we talk about the last time I was here?
Success. No. Progress.
Right. But I mean, what was the topic?
Setting our goals.
Huh?
Setting our
Yeah,
goals.
go.
That was it too. But it's behind me on the board.
How we reach to like a butterfly to a caterpillar.
The butterfly to the caterpillar. How many of you guys remember the story of what I was talking about? Go ahead.
Like, you don't want to be a caterpillar because it's ugly. Or something like that. You said something about like your greatness. You have to, I don't know.
No, you're good. There's no wrong answer. Anybody else?
I was
Huh? Okay. What we talked about is the caterpillar starts out like that, but ultimately its end result is a butterfly.
if you get there.
If it gets there, exactly right. But here's the thing. This butterfly always existed in that caterpillar. Meaning that right there is the end result for a caterpillar, which is its greatness. That's when it becomes great. And when I talked about a caterpillar and a butterfly last time I was here, I said that you all, every single one of you, every single one of us, every single person that's created has greatness within them. But what you just said was so true. But most people never achieve their greatness. Most people aren't willing to do what it takes. Most people aren't willing to acknowledge the things that we're going to talk about today that keep them always right here. Always right there. And rather than talking about it, guys, I need you guys to get focused and serious that this class, this school, is tied to your future. If you could, when you get older, what is your dream car? What kind of car would you drive? If you had the opportunity to drive whatever car you wanted, what would it be?
A Jeep.
A Jeep? What color?
Gray.
And what color would your interior be?
Gray. I mean white.
So gray on white, that's sweet. What about you? Okay, what color Audi? And what color would your interior be? Leather? Okay, what about you? A Ferrari, what color? And then what color interior? Okay. You know what kind of car? Okay, what about you?
A Lamborghini.
Okay, what color Lamborghini?
A light purple one.
Okay, with what color interior?
Black.
Okay, what about you?
She put mine Lamborghini.
What color?
Black.
With what color interior?
Sapphire blue.
That'd be sweet. What about you?
Me?
Yep.
Porsche.
What color would you want your Porsche to be? A blue? So when I ask you, give me the color of your Porsche and what color interior? A blue Porsche, what color interior?
Red.
Okay, what about you, man?
Maserati,
Okay, what color?
black.
You know, there's a really sweet Maserati parked out front right about now.
Yep.
It
And what
is.
color? Yeah, Casey,
What do you
your
think
your
your
principal
principal
drives a
drives?
Maserati.
I never seen that short
What
lady
she
car.
got?
Nice.
You said short what?
The short lady car.
Oh, short lady. She is short, but her car is pretty sweet.
I didn't see it. Can
Um,
I go see it?
When you leave school, it's parked right out in front of your
I don't
doors.
leave out that door. I go out
Make sure you do it today.
the
So what color?
Black,
Black on what? What color? Interior.
peanut butter.
Peanut butter, okay. What about you?
I want Maserati.
Maserati, what color?
Red.
With what color interior? Okay.
A Camaro.
Just give me the colors.
Pink and black.
I have two. Like,
Give me two.
I want an Ashton Martin and
You gotta tell me the color.
I want it gray and white.
Okay.
And I want a Maybach.
Okay, what color?
All white one.
Okay.
All white.
I'll go down here and black and yellow.
I'll be
Black and
full.
yellow.
That'd be sweet.
I don't
You don't have an idea of what kind of car you wanna drive someday? Okay, what color? What color interior? What about you? What color?
White.
What color interior?
What kind of car she just got?
Okay. She said a Lamborghini. But let me ask you a question.
Never, that's my favorite car.
Hold on though. Let me ask you guys a question. How bad do you want that car that you just told me? How bad do you want it?
I want my car back.
How bad do you want it?
I
How bad do you want
What's that car that jumped out?
want my car so bad.
it? If you don't know how bad you want something, you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. How many of you guys want to make a lot of money when you're my age? How many of you guys want to live in a nice house?
Oh,
I don't want to. I am.
But watch this though. You guys, listen. You have to want what you want so bad that there's no other option. That there's no other option. Like if you really seriously want to be successful in life, how bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want it? And this guy, that I'm about to share with you, and I'm going to connect all these dots because I want you to shift your mind today because I really want you guys to see. I put that away before she takes your phone. Seriously. Because if you really want to be successful, you put even two hands and a leg up. So you must be real serious. But guess what? When you're my age, when you get older, you're either going to achieve those things or you're going to be disappointed that you didn't. And you said you don't know how bad you want it, you just want it.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to get hungry to where you want it and you got to have it and there's nothing going to stand in the way from you getting it. Don't let your, light purple Lamborghini just be a wish that one day, huh?
I'm getting it. You go still. I'm getting it for sure. Shut up.
So
That's
watch
gonna be my
this.
sixth
No,
car.
I'm gonna work at everything. Like I'm going.
I'm gonna work all the way up to that.
Okay. And here's what I want you guys to know because it starts with, and this is where you got to connect the dots, guys. Your success is connected to what you do here in school. I don't care how bad you don't like school. I don't care how bad you don't want to be here. You don't like homework. You don't like studying. If you really want what you want, then you have to be successful in school. You have to. Because you're creating patterns in your life right now that if you're not doing good here, you're not going to do good out there. You're not going to be able to go to college. You're not going to be able to hold a job. And you're going to live a hoopty life.
A what?
A hoopty life. You ever seen a hoopty roll? People rolling on a hoopty with the bumpers hanging off. It's like hopping down the street. And you know what though?
I
But
saw
watch.
this old person with a whatchamacallit cart and he tried to put spinners on it and it was just so ugly.
Hoopty, right? And he's an old person living a hoopty life.
Yes, it made me so mad.
Why is it bad? Why should it make you mad?
Because you know why most old people a lot of times you see rolling in some real sweet rides is because they've worked hard and long for it.
What do you think
Or
I'm
they
getting?
get
My
tired
kids
of
don't need car seats anymore.
But if an old person is rolling around in a what you call it?
Hoopty?
Hoopty. That's
That's
They
sad.
deserve it.
No, a hoopty.
Oh, a
A
hoopty.
hoop-
No, and that's sad. And that's sad. And guess what, guys? You can have every single car that you guys just said, you can have it if you really, really want it. If you really, really want it. Hold on. There's this speaker, okay? He's from Detroit. I've mentioned him before. He dropped out of high school, okay? He used to live in abandoned buildings and eat out of the garbage can. I mean, he was at the rock bottom. Now, this dude, his name's Eric Thomas, is one of the top speakers around. He speaks for NBA teams. He speaks for NFL teams. He speaks for college football teams. I mean, he's the man. And he speaks all over the world. And he started just like me, speaking to kids in schools. And he kept at it. And one of his slogans is, when you want success as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And he sent out a tweet this morning at 4:30 in the morning. How many of you guys were up this morning at 4:30? You were on FaceTime at 4:30? Wow, that's early.
I was watching movies. on the wall.
I was.
But did you guys sleep last night?
No, I sleep during the day when I come.
I went to sleep. I was tired.
Oh, wow.
Water fight.
All right, well, this guy right here, he doesn't stay up all night. He goes to bed and he wakes up at 3:30 every day. He wakes up at 3:30 every day. Because how many hours do we have in a day, all of us, everybody? 24 hours, right? 24 hours. So from the most successful person in the world to the least successful person in the world, how many hours in a day do they have? How many hours, everybody?
24.
24. So the reason why most successful people get up that early is because while everybody else is sleeping or FaceTiming or clowning or watching movies, Skyping, this dude is up at 3:30. He's got a regular schedule every day. He gets up, he prays, he works out. He gets more work done from 3:30 to 9 o'clock than most people do from 9 o'clock to their whole day. Because he's putting in work, because his philosophy is, I'm going to get a jump start on my day. Since we all have 24 hours, I'm going to start my day early. I'm going to get a jump start and get things done. This is what he said this morning. He says, and I really want you guys to hear this, because this is the only way that you're going to be successful and get what you want in life. Get to the point where success is your only option. Like there's not even a second option. It's your only option. And no matter the cost or sacrifice, never accept failure as your reality. How many of you guys got an F on your grade? Be honest, raise your hand. Just raise it, it's okay. You got an F. What does F stand for?
Failure.
Okay? If you got an F up here, it doesn't mean that you are a failure. It just means that you failed somewhere in the process of getting a good grade. It doesn't mean you're a failure, but it just means you failed along the way. And you want to know why? Because success is not your only option. It's not your only option. I'm gonna put this back up here, okay? You guys have to get it through your heads that your education and going to school is going to get you to your payoff. And there's only one way to do it. And that's by doing it the right way.
Excuse me. My son didn't even finish high school, but he's making a whole lot of money.
I didn't
And he
finish,
don't sell drugs, he don't do nothing illegal.
but I didn't finish high school either. But let me ask you a question. The majority of the people that didn't finish high school, how many do you think are actually successful?
I don't know.
1%, if that.
And my mom.
So do you think just because your mom and dad didn't finish high school that you don't think you need to?
No, I'm gonna finish high school.
Okay.
My father, he didn't finish high school.
Right, and neither did I. But what I'm saying is the majority of people that don't finish high school, which I read the statistics to you guys before, over 50% of young African Americans don't graduate. How many of them right now are out there really successful in life, not doing it the wrong way? Not many. Not many at all. Because it's going to take, it's good, and just because you're a celebrity don't mean you're successful. It don't mean you're successful. It just means that you had a talent, and the majority of the times you see celebrities wilding out, acting a fool, and they're just all out there. Just, they got some money, they got some fame, but they ain't got the sense usually behind it.
Wasn't it a singer who couldn't read?
Yeah.
Who was that?
No, but I heard about it.
In Mumford?
No, it's a singer.
Yeah, some people do that.
Fantasia.
Yeah.
Fantasia. She can't
Yeah.
read.
Yep.
She can read now.
She can read now.
But you know what though? She had that success in her focus of where she was going. And she didn't let nothing hold, she didn't let not being able to read hold her back from what her dream or her goal was. The problem is the majority of people are looking for this right here, is an alternate route or a plan B to get to success. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you do not graduate high school, or even if you do and you don't go to college, unless you're like her dad and actually create a business and you're successful, but it takes so much wisdom and it takes so much focus and dedication and commitment and discipline to run a business. it's gonna be very hard for somebody who was in school and didn't do good to go do good in the business world, because they go hand in hand.
I
What I-
also want to say about the person who can't read, because that is an issue. Every year new statistics come out. This year, it's 46% of the people living in Detroit, these are adults, are what they call functionally illiterate. Does anyone know what that means, to be functionally illiterate?
That you can't comprehend stuff fast.
Be a little more specific, functionally illiterate.
You can't
You can't
understand.
Right.
What stuff?
You can't understand things like
You can-
you can't understand things like life. No.
Okay, that's it right there. You can't understand anything you read. How are you gonna take the pills the doctor prescribed you if you can't read how often? You can't read and understand what those traffic signs say. You can't even fill out a job application. We have to change that. 46%, that's almost half,
I'm glad my
are
mom
functionally
was-
illiterate, meaning they cannot even function day to day because that's how low. They probably were never taught to read.
You know, what's his name? John Carson? I mean,
Ben
Ben
Carson.
Carson. His mama can't read.
You're right, and I'm not saying that's the end all be all,
No, not
but, no, she didn't teach him everything, she taught him how to find what to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
We reading at his book and all that.
And let that be an example that no matter how you're raised, no matter what situation you come through, this dude is a multi-millionaire. He's one of the top neuroscience surgeons in the world. He came from the same streets you guys came from the same city, came from the same background, but he made a decision that failure was not an option. Like, literally, guys, you have to really get it into your heads that how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Okay, I want a Jaguar X, I think it's an XJF. Beautiful, beautiful Jaguar. I want an Escalade.
Obviously.
I want a jet, I want to have a private jet to be able to take me where I need to go when I'm doing my stuff. I want a house in Miami. I want a house in the country. I want a house in the city. I want to be able to have enough money to where I can bless people, buy cars for people if they need them, buy a house for somebody if they need it, to be a blessing. And I created a dream board, and I put it next to my bed, where I printed a picture off of the car that I wanted, the jet that I wanted, the house that I
What
wanted.
kind of jet you want?
It's a Learjet. It's sweet too.
Just I saw this real old guy, he was like 90 something, just riding in an all white Escalade. That made me mad.
Hey, but you know what? It shouldn't make you mad. It should inspire you. Inspire you because you can drive an all-white Escalade if you wanted to. He just did something right. So I have this dream board next to my wall, and I encourage you guys to do this. You told me what kind of car you wanted. Go on and Google the car that you want. Say, black Jaguar with black leather interior, and you'll see 1 million of them pop up. And do that with whatever car you said, Audi, Range Rover, Escalade, BMW, Lamborghini. And when you see the picture pull up, print it.
I don't got no ink.
Okay, well, find a way. Because again, if you really want to, take $1 and walk up to Staples. If you really want it. So this is what I'm saying, you're willing to do whatever.
Do you know what bar station?
I'm just giving you an example. Go to your friend's house. So watch. But you just told me how far you walked yesterday.
I know, but Staples is not open.
You can put it on your phone, Google it on your phone, go to CVS,
Look, I'm
put the
straight.
thing in
I'm
there,
not
man, there you go.
Just you take it. Okay, so watch this. So watch. Ready? Think about the house that you want. How many bedrooms? Where do you want it to be?
I
What do you
wanna
want it
live
to
on
look
a
like?
beach, I want a beach house.
Okay, so if you want a beach house, then go on Google, listen up guys, listen up, and print it out and put it next to the car that you want, right next to your bed. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to get a visual of where you want to be in life. Where you really want to be. Like, if you could have it your way and know that this is exactly how you want it, I want you guys to visualize it. And I want you to print it and put it next to your bed. You want to know why I have my dream board next to my bed?
Why?
Because when I wake up in the morning, there's some days where I don't want to get up. There's some days where I'm discouraged. There's some days where I'm depressed. There's some days that I don't even want to come here, and it has nothing to do with you guys. But you know what? I look at my board and I say, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want it?
They'd be like, "Dang, I want that."
And you know what? That's the difference between successful people. You look at your board in the morning. You don't want to come to school. You look at it and say, how bad do I want it? I know I don't want to go to school this morning, but I'm going to go anyway. Because my school is connected with where I want to go. An F is not going to get you where you want to go. You guys literally have to take whatever perception you have of school, of homework, that is causing you to not do good right now, and completely remove it and start fresh today. You have to. If not, when you're 20, 25, 30, you're going to regret it. And then you're not going to be happy with life. So that if you really do want all those things, you're going to basically make decisions and maybe go do things to get money that you wouldn't normally do. Like sell drugs, sell your body, go strip, whatever it may be. It happens. It's going on even now. And when I say get with me and get a hold of me, if you guys are serious, there's programs right now. What, are you a junior or you a sophomore? Why you got a white shirt on?
Because I was looking for some black shirts this morning. And I
Okay.
couldn't find it.
Is there any sophomores or juniors in here?
Mm-mm.
Sophomore? Okay. Well, I was talking to some juniors in the last 2 classes ago. We've got a program that we're connected with right now in the city of Detroit that we can actually get seniors into a program that will pay for their college. Pay for it. Pay for it. And we got one guy who's in this class right now next door. I just talked to him. His name's Demetrius Larkin.
Oh, I got $30.
Demetrius, my boy, he was one of the guys that came up and I helped him make his resume. We're about to get him into that program because he's about to be a senior. And I took him up under my wing and I'm going to help him do it. And I'll take any one of you guys up under my wing as well and help you do it. But you have to take the action step. You have to reach out to me. You have to reach out to me. It's not going to just happen, guys. It's not. So every time I come in to talk to you guys, I plan, I prepare, I pray to try to figure out what can I give you guys that's going to be worth anything. You might want to put that away.
She know her work for her.
You can put it.
Shouldn't be doing it.
She can put it away just so that she can pay attention. I appreciate it. Were you in here before?
Yep.
Oh, you're good. She good? She was in here
It's
before.
up to you.
She's all right. I'll give you a pass. So I got this book right here. It's called Life Strategies for Teens. This book right here, this dude wrote this book on strategies to help teenagers be successful in life. How many of you guys can honestly say that yes, you want to be successful, but you just don't know how? Raise your hand. You just don't know how. You want to be successful. I mean, in anything, not just in school. You want to be successful. You just don't have the game plan. You don't know how. You're just blank face today, aren't you?
Huh?
You want to be successful?
Oh, yeah.
You want to know how?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the only thing. I want to be successful, I just don't know how. I want to make a lot of money, I just don't know how. I want my Lamborghini, I just don't know how. Well, guess what, guys? There are strategies that work to show you how. You just got to be that dedicated, and you have to tell yourself, how bad do I want it?
That's a good
How bad do I want it? So it's called Life Strategies for Teens, and I picked out a chapter that we're going to go through real quick, and it's called You Cannot Change What You Do Not Acknowledge. Meaning, if you don't acknowledge that you got a bad grade and check yourself because you're truly not happy with that bad grade, you're going to come back next year and get the same bad grade. Yeah, you may be a year older. Yeah, you may be in a new class. But you're no different. You haven't changed anything. You're stuck in that same mindset. It says you never find yourself until you face the truth. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make a mistake and confess when you're wrong. It's okay when your teacher gets on you or your parents get on you or somebody gets on you to just take it and receive it. It's okay. You don't always have to be right. And then it says To get real, quit living in denial so that you can open your eyes to what in your life is not working. How many of you guys can honestly say that something in life, whether it's your grades, your school, something at home, something that you're doing is not working right now? Raise your hand. Raise it to where I can see it. Something in your life is not working. At least you guys started with that right there. So I'm going to read this story, and it's funny because this is a story about a girl who is in history class, and this is history class. And you guys have 2 weeks for your final exam, just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How ready are you for your final exam?
A little bit low.
How bad do you want it? How bad do you want that car? How bad do you want that house? How bad do you want that money? How bad do you really want it? Do you want it bad enough that you're willing to, right now, today, go home and study for 1 hour?
Yep.
About 3, 4.
Or 3 or 4. Because here's the reality. Whatever you are going home to get into, whether it's hang out with your friends, hang out with your boyfriend, girlfriend, play video games, do whatever you do to keep you from doing this, is that going to get you here? Yes or no?
No.
So if you're willing to go home, you have 2 weeks for your final exam. Why don't you go out with a bang and actually end the year with getting a better grade on your exam than you would normally get? Are you willing to do it for yourself? You say you want to be successful. You say you want that nice car. You say you want that money. You say you want that house. But video games is more important than doing your homework. Getting high, hanging out is more important than doing your homework. Getting high and hanging out is not going to get you
Nowhere.
that Lambo, that Audi, that Mustang. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So let's read this story. And I want you to hear it. Emily, or her name's Emily. Emily absolutely hates history class. And when I say hate, I mean really, really hate. She would rather get a root canal than sit through boring discussions about dead people. But not wanting to totally waste time, she uses that period to read magazines or write notes to her friends. After all, that's kind of history, right? If it's a magazine day, she takes her seat toward the back of the classroom, pulls out the magazine, and puts it in between her notebook. It says, Miss Bright drones on and on. Her voice is a flat line monotone. She's about as exciting as watching paint dry on the wall. She's the worst. If I'm lucky, I'll fall asleep. Not that she ever notices. She just stands there, head down, reading her notes. She doesn't even know we're here. Emily figures that her saving grace is that Mrs. Bright determines the victim's grades based entirely on 2 sets, the midterm and the final. So problem solved. On the night before the midterms, now she's doing it the night before, you guys got 2 weeks. On the night before midterms, she grinds up some of her little brother's Ritalin and sniffs it, and begins the well-known cramming drill. She studies all night, totally wired on the Ritalin. She is convinced that it is helping her remember all the facts, all the dates, all the historical figures that she had not taken the time to read about during the semester. 1 night to cover 1.5 months of material, no problem. Emily's feeling really confident that she is no doubt studying harder than anyone else in the class. I have a guaranteed A in here, she says. How could I not? I've studied all night. Just before class the next day, she slips into the girls' bathroom and sniffs some more Ritalin. I worked so hard for this class, she tells her friends. I studied all night. It's ridiculous how much work I have done for this one class, but I'm ready. Indeed, she sails through the test, the first one in her class to finish. She is sure that she aced it. 2 days later, the test comes back. She got an F, 43%. Emily has failed, and she has failed big time. How could that happen? Emily complains to her friends, trying to hold back tears. I pulled an all-nighter study. Are you sure you were ready for that test, a friend asks. No question, Emily says. I worked so hard for that class. I was as ready as I could be. It's just not fair. Now, maybe it's just me, but I think Emily might be full of it on this ready as I could be business. I think she may be coning herself in, and in fact is in complete denial about what it takes to get by in school. And just like Emily, guys, some of you guys may be in complete denial of what it takes to really get through school. Wisdom says this: I know what I'm doing is not working, and I'm willing to change it. Because I really want what hard work is going to give me. You're either going to live the good life that you want, or you're going to live the hoopty life. There's only one or the other. And when I mean it, I mean it. What's a hoopty life? Somebody that's not satisfied with where they are, somebody that's not satisfied with what they have, somebody that's just living and getting by, and that's it. And we only really have this one chance to live, so why don't we make the best of it? Why don't we drive the car we want to drive? Why don't we make the money we want to make? Why don't we live in the house we want to live in? Why don't we go to the college we want to go to? Can you put your guys' heads up, please? And maybe you can relate yourself to Emily. So watch this. What is denial? Does anybody know the definition of denial? What? Crazy?
You're down to about 9 minutes, Justin.
Okay. Denial.
They like they can't accept the fact that they failed.
Yep. Can you pass this up for me? Don't look at these yet. Just let her put them on your desk. Continue looking at me because we only got a little bit of time. Let me finish what I'm going to say. Then I'm going to have you guys fill these out. And these are yours to keep. Listen, here's denial. Ready? And be honest with yourself. And maybe you can relate to one of these things. Here's denial. Ready? Hard-headed. Who can honestly say they're hard-headed in here? Okay, let's be real. Hard-headed.
I am.
Stubborn. Who's stubborn?
I am.
Right? No, stubborn is, it's all about me, I'm never wrong.
Oh, never mind. No.
I can never admit when I'm wrong. Even when I'm wrong, I'm always right. Immature refusal to be honest with yourself about the stupid, insensitive, self-destructive things you do to jerk yourself around. Unwillingness. Listen up. Listen up. Just keep the paper on the desk, guys. Don't do nothing with it yet. Unwillingness to acknowledge problems because you wish they weren't there. Refusal to take ownership in whatever is not working in your life. We just said, guys, we just said that there's things that are not working in our lives and we know it. You raised your hand and acknowledged it. But what is holding you back? What is really holding you back from being all that you were created to be? What is holding you back from making the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly? What's holding you back? Because I know every single one of you guys are smart in here, and I know every single one of you guys have the ability to get an A regardless. Thank you. Pull a pen and a pencil out, or a pen or a pencil. Who doesn't have a pen or a pencil? Raise your hand. If you don't have one. Okay? If you got one, pull it out. Everybody has to do this. Okay? This is for you guys. Pen or a pencil?
Yeah, I did that with the windows open.
Guys, these are 6 questions from this book that I want you to answer right now. Mark, you need a pen or pencil? These are not for me to take either. I want you guys to write these out right now. Number 1 says, what am I doing to put myself or allow myself to be at risk in my life? What does that mean? That means, what are you doing to cause you to get a bad grade, to get in trouble, to not do the things you're supposed to do? Number 2, what am I doing that is keeping me from succeeding? How am I hurting myself in my relationships with my parents, guardians, or other adults? And maybe you don't have, bad things that are going on, but think of any aspect of your life. How could you improve? Because we can always improve. No matter how good we're doing, we can always get better. What am I doing to miss opportunities that I should be grabbing onto? Number 5, what do I need to change about my personality and behavior problems? Number 6, well, that's good.
I'll disagree on that with anybody.
But remember what I just said. What's denial? What's denial? Do I need to read it again? Hard-headed, stubborn, an immature refusal to be honest with yourself. Are you being immature and dishonest with yourself? A little bit? You're not being dishonest with yourself?
No,
Having behavior problems.
I do. And I got an attitude problem.
Hey, admit it.
language, don't forget language.
And you know what?
And
Okay,
I cuss a lot.
I heard you. No, but watch. But guess what, guys? And you know what? And it's okay to say where we're wrong. It's okay to acknowledge that we make mistakes. The problem is denying that we have mistakes, but yet they're evident to everybody else around us. And number 6, ready? What action step will you take today to make these changes in your life? What steps? Okay? And it could be in anything. If you know that you're not doing good in school and you know that you're not prepared for your finals, then guess what? Study. Study. And you know what? When you're sitting down at home studying, put a picture of your dream car next to your homework. Print the house that you want to live in. Print a pile of money because you want a lot of money. Put it next to your studying. And look at it and say, studying and doing my test gives me this. Studying and doing my test gives me this. Studying and doing my test gives me this. So that you can begin to change the way you think, to realize that what you do here is going to lead you to where you want to go. And maybe you just don't get it. Maybe you just don't care. If you don't care, I can't help you. And really nobody can. If you don't care about your future and what you do, nobody can. Okay? I'm going to read you guys one more thing. And if we don't change, guys, our attitudes, if we don't change the things that we struggle with, they increase in momentum. What does that mean? They can become worse. I started smoking weed and drinking when I was 14. Just a little bit. I smoked a little bit of weed, maybe drank one beer and got drunk off one beer. But by the time I was 18, I was killing fifths of Hennessy and smoking ounces in one blunt. And it progressed. It progressed, but I never acknowledged the problem, and it became worse. If you don't acknowledge your attitude problem right now and do something about it, it's only going to get worse and it's going to put you in trouble. So listen to this as you guys are filling this out. I want you to hear this. As the months and years pass, these behaviors will become habits, and habits that will make your life less than what you want. None of you guys want to live a hoopty life. None of you. None of you want to drive a hoopty because you just told me the car that you want to drive. But if you live a hoopty life, yes, sir.
What was your first car?
I had a Firebird Formula.
What?
It was a Firebird.
What year?
It was an 87. Yep.
I mean, because sometimes your first car is gonna be right.
Let me change that. Your first car should be raggedy. It should be. Any car in the beginning
Is a car.
is a car. But I'm saying when you are in your future, that's what I'm talking about. You can't go get a Lambo in high school unless your parents are rich and they buy it for you. That's not going to happen. But I'm thinking, I want you guys to think future. Future. I don't even have my dream car yet. I drive a 2010 Chevy Impala. That's what I drive.
My sister drives that.
It's a nice car, it's a basic car, but it's not what I want. It gets me where I want to go, but it's not what I want. Okay? Listen to this. Remember, everybody hear this. Remember. Say remember.
Remember?
Remember that you are the only person who can change your life. If you got an F, if you're not happy with your life, you're the only person. You are the only person. Say me.
Me.
Say me.
Me.
Everybody say me.
Me.
Is the only one that can change your life. And last but not least, if you want change, you're the one who's got to take action today. Take action. Take these home after you fill them out and put them where you can see them. I want you guys to go print your car one way or another and put it where you can see it and remember how bad do you want it.